In this video, we're going to go over what FlyWheel is and how you can go ahead and set up your own account and then be able to connect it with Dreamweaver. So FlyWheel is a little bit different from traditional hosting. And when I say traditional hosting, I'm thinking of GoDaddy, Media Temple, Bluehost, DreamHost, those types of companies that offer a full gamut of hosting options. FlyWheel is a little bit different in the fact that they offer hosting exclusively for WordPress. With that said, it's a little bit better than traditional hosting is the fact that they lock down certain parts of WordPress, making it a little more secure. Also, it essentially gives you a little bit smaller sandbox to play in, preventing you from being able to make small mistakes that would essentially corrupt your website build. So what we're going to do is we're going to go create a new account, and you're going to go ahead and fill in the natural information. Now, unfortunately, since I've already created an account, I can't go through it and walk you through it, step by step on how to set up this account. But traditional information: first name, last name, a username, a email, password, and 2 sets of passwords, agreed to terms of service, signed up. Okay, great. Now, after that, they are going to ask you to basically put in your credentials for your first WordPress site. Now, one thing I do want to note, your username and your email for your FlyWheel account are different from your username for your WordPress site. The reason why they do that is because you can access your FlyWheel account and you can have different usernames and passwords for all of your different websites. Okay. Also, do note, and I will be sending this to you guys separately, that I do have a coupon code. So when you start adding your billing, make sure you're entering your coupon code so you can get your discount. So once you've logged in, so once you've got an account, I'm going to go ahead and log in with my username and password here. Okay, so now granted, this right here is going to be a little bit different than what you guys are going to see. The reason being is because I've been added as a collaborator on all of these projects. But for all intents and purposes, we're just going to go ahead and look at my portfolio website that I've already set up. So here you can see that it's a collaborator. Here's an access domain. Now, these domains, we'll go over this a little bit later, but you can, once you have finished the site and you're ready to take it live, this is where you're going to add the domain to point this to. These are additional services that you can add. For right now, we're just going to glance over all of this. Okay, so after we've got all of this set up, what we want to be able to do is be able to access the site from both the control panel as well as SFTP, and make sure that it is SFTP and not a regular FTP. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my WordPress login. And if I can remember my username and password here. There we go. So this is your basic dashboard, and in a separate video I'll go over on the next steps that what we're going to do after this. But just want to show you this is what you should be expecting once you log in. Okay, now the reason why we want to be able to log in via SFTP is so that we can access our themes and templates that will be running our website. Essentially the point of your final project is to be able to build your own theme for your site. So we're going to go ahead and look at this resource that FlyWheel has put together. So how do I access my site via SFTP? As you can see right here, I went ahead and edited it on the blog. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up Dreamweaver. I'm going to go to Site. I want to say Manage Sites. And since I don't have any sites in here, you guys may have one or two in there from previous projects. But I've got a clean slate, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new site. And I'm going to call this WordPress make sure before you move on, we need to create a server. Okay, now, a couple things. Make sure you change connect using to SFTP. I'm going to call this server FlyWheel. It doesn't matter what you call the server. The address is going to be this sftp.flywheelsites.com. Paste that in there. Now, your username is going to be your FlyWheel username, not your username for your WordPress site. Now, for myself, just to keep it easy, I went ahead and made my username and password for my FlyWheel site as well as my WordPress site the same. So that just to help keep everything kosher, that's what I would do. Just it's one because it's one last username and password set that you have to keep track of. I'm gonna go ahead and save that in there. I'm gonna test, make sure it works. Okay, Dreamweaver is connected to your web server correctly, or successfully, I'm sorry. I'm going to click in Advanced. This is super important. The way Dreamweaver works is that it stores both a local copy on your computer as well as a remote copy, which is sitting on the server. Now, to prevent the hassle of every single time that you save and then you have to upload a copy, if you check this, it says automatically upload files to server on save. So that means that when you're working on a file or template and as you make an update, you hit save, pow, it'll go ahead and upload everything immediately. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit save. Make sure you hit save and make sure you hit done. Now, assuming that you did everything correctly, go ahead and connect the symbol. Waiting on server. There is my website. Okay, so and there's going to be a series of folders. So you just need to make sure that you view everything correctly. So the site, and then this is the folder, Doug's portfolio. So that's the website. What we're going to be looking at is content, themes, and then portfolio. Okay. Now, granted, I've got a bunch of files in here that I've already started working on the site. You guys will not have anything in there. The theme name. Also, one more thing to note: you guys will not have a theme in there. I will walk you through in the next video. All right. So just to recap, we've set up our FlyWheel account. We've gone in and created our very first site. And then we've gone in and set up our site using Dreamweaver.